Hello, hello, my beautiful Pisces followers, subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. And today we are doing a reading for the beginning of December, the 1st through the 15th-ish. For your sign, we're going to do the coffee cup, oracle cards, live tarot pull for that spread, and then animal oracle to finish up. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a marvelous November. The weather was pretty good and mild for November here in Maine where I am. I'd love to know where you're from, where you're watching from, and I would also love it and appreciate it if you would give the video a like. Now, I took some time off, as you know, if you've been here before, to get some certifications, etc. And then I went on vacation for my anniversary to Vermont. And then some things have happened. Yesterday, a little tiny kitten walked right into my basement. And as some of you may know, we had to have our 17-year-old cat laid to rest in June. And we weren't really ready for another pet or anything. And we were thinking about maybe a dog, but then we don't want to get a dog before one of us is retired because it's a lot of work and they need attention. Cats are pretty independent. So about 3 days ago, as I was driving in my car, I said, okay, to the universe. I said, okay, spirit, okay, universe. If you want us to have another cat, just bring us another cat. I think we're ready. And 2 days after I said that, this little tiny kitty, let me just also say, we live on the borderline, property line of 5,500 acres of protected wood. Unfortunately, there are tons of feral cats out there. Sometimes in the summer, we look out in our yard and there are 12 cats out there just running around and doing their thing. So I've no doubt that this little tiny kitten, which weighs maybe a pound, is a baby of one of those. But when he came in, I'm pretty sure it's a boy, but when we take him to the vet, we'll find out. He just marched right into the basement, started sidling up to my leg and purring and trying to get on my lap and followed me around. And I was like, well, I can't put this tiny thing back outside. I mean, it's like in the 20s at night. 30s, high 20s, low 30s. And I was like, jeepers. So I sent my husband a message and I'm like, look who walked into the basement. So anyway, so night one is down. Luckily for my other cat, I had some litter left over, so I made a makeshift litter box, which he used, and it's just amazing how cats know, right? Still haven't found a name. He's pure black with golden eyes, and he's sleeping somewhere around here. So night one went well. No whining, no crying. He just went to sleep, no issues at all. So I think he was meant to be. All right, Pisces. Let's get right to it with your coffee cup. I'm using the 50th anniversary, it's a teacup, 50th anniversary of my grandparents. Lots of water in this cup. Oh boy, I may have to take that plate out somewhere and drain it. Okay, wow, that's kind of a sparse looking cup. Look at that. In the bottom of the cup, it already reminds me of even though there's four, of the three of cups with the dancing, celebrating women with all their party dresses on. So maybe something to celebrate in the beginning of December, Pisces. All right, Spirit, what do you have? I see a horse. This is so weird. I see a horse with like a diamond above it. A horse with a diamond above it. I don't know if that means anything to any of you. Maybe you have a horse named Diamond, or you have a horse that was a diamond in the rough. Would love to know in the comments. All right, what is that? I see like a face with a musical note over where the lips would be. Like a face with a musical note. I see, it looks like a female, long hair, eyes, and then a music note where the mouth would be, where the lips would be. Maybe some of you are singers, or maybe you should sing. Maybe you sing only for yourself, and maybe it's time to put some singing videos out. You never know. Okay, Spirit, what else? What else? What else do you have for us? I see, I'm pretty sure it's an owl. I see a bird in flight, big, huge wings. Owls represent wisdom, right? They are birds of prey. They are night birds, night predators. So, owl. What is this? What is that, Spirit? It's like I see this right here looks like the skull of a bull and something standing on top of it. Another animal, I should say. That's weird. Taking the bull by the horns, wrestling the bull to the ground. Maybe you guys have been through some sort of issue, possibly with a Taurus. And you've really had to, or maybe you've had to struggle with some bullheaded person in your life, and you're kind of getting past that. You're overcoming that. Another bird in flight. So owls, birds, celebration. Now I see two dolphins. It's like they're dancing. It's like two dolphins up on the bottoms of their tails, and they're kind of dancing, celebrating. So there's some celebration here, Pisces, for the beginning of December for you. All right, let me look a little deeper into the cup. See what I can see. What other messages do you have for my Pisces? What other messages do you have for my Pisces? Okay, I see there's like a person connected. There's like, it looks like a dog walker with like 6 dogs, each on a separate leash, but it could just mean connecting to 6 different things or 6 different people. There's definitely 6 things connected there. So you'll have to let me know what that means for you. Okay, let's see. I see the perfect image of a kitty cat sitting down with its tail out right there. Maybe some of you are cat lovers, cat people. I see a person walking and presenting something. It's like a tall, thin person, and they're holding, like as if you would hold a tray of something, or it could also be like a cushion, like you know how a ring bearer at a wedding has a cushion with the rings on it, something like that, something being presented to you. Something being presented. Okay. Anything else in the bottom of that cup, Spirit? Like now I see a drill, like a home improvements. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Home improvements. Oh my gosh. That was kind of weird. Kind of a weird one there. Oh, whoops. I'm going to have to empty the plate. I don't even know if anything's going to stick to the plate. There's so much water in the plate. Okay, let's see. Already I see somebody running right in the middle. Running around. Busy, 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 I'm hearing. Running around, busy. Busy, busy, busy. Okay, so this time of year, is busy. Either people are getting ready for winter, people are getting ready for summer, depending on what part of the world you're in. Getting ready for holiday celebrations, getting ready for company. So this is a reminder not to forget to take some time to rest, to take some time for self-care, not to get too caught up in all of the bustling around. I see a bow, as in a bow and arrow, right there on the side. So possibly some of you are bow hunters. I don't know what bow season is where you are, but it's different for every state and every country, I would imagine. And that could also mean Cupid, could mean romance when we see like a bow and arrow there. Okay, Spirit. What else do we have? I see deer. I see a perfect head of a deer right there. Maybe some of you are deer hunters, or your partners are, or what have you. Not a whole lot of messages in your cup this time. Sometimes it's overwhelming. There are so many. Sometimes it's just a few. But that's okay. Spirit will get across what they need to. What else do you have for my Pisces? My beautiful, lovely Pisceans. Just kind of tuning in. I see a comfortable dog lying down, looking back at, there's like a person standing over the dog who's lying down. And, our animals really tune into our emotions. And I said this in another reading, that we have to be very careful about what emotions we have, because our pets are very tuned in, especially dogs and horses, right? Okay, what about the middle? We did see that running person. I see it again as clear as day. One leg, two legs, one arm, another arm, head. Definitely running. Big strides, big strides. Okay, anything else, Spirit, that you want to bring out in this plate? Anything else? I see another, like a skull with horns. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if some of you have had trouble or something with a Taurus. It's the only thing I can think of about the bull message would be a Taurus, or taking the bull by the horns. Those are really the only two things that I can think of that would have to do with that. So we'll see. We'll see what the cards bring out. All right, so your first oracle deck that I was moved to use, that my guides gave me, was the Divine Masters Oracle deck. And I don't use this a lot. It's not one that I'm super familiar with, but I do listen to my guides. And this is the deck they wanted me to use. Oh, my nose is really itchy. What does that mean? Itchy nose. Ishtar, inner learnings. Follow your heart and truth prevails. Beautiful card, right? Information is being revealed to you, and it's important to listen, especially as there's a good chance it will bring a war between your head and your heart. You are being guided to listen to your heart, the part of you that makes decisions based on what feels best rather than what makes sense. You may have to take a decision that makes you feel you're losing out, but in fact will lead you to a feeling of finding treasure, or even feeling treasured. You are being encouraged to seek the truth now. Even if it is challenging or difficult, it's important to honor it. The truth will always prevail, whether it be now or in the future. You are being guided to save yourself emotional strain and time by allowing what needs to be shared, said, felt, and communicated in order to be more connected to your heart and ultimately for the highest good of all. Yeah, so I don't think as Pisceans you have a problem connecting to your heart, but I think sometimes it may be hard to listen or say sometimes those truths to others. I think you can connect to your heart just fine, but I think sometimes you just don't want to rock the boat and you want everybody to be happy, and sometimes the truth just has to be said, right? And next we use the Wisdom of Avalon. Wisdom of Avalon, Times of King Arthur, one of my favorites. The card you have is Risk. This is a 40. Fours are stability or stagnation. And you see at the bottom of the card, there are 3 different ways to go. Like the arrow is splitting off in 3 different ways. Very important questions can be answered now. Is engaging in the situation worth the risk? Or does my inner sight tell me to wait until another opportunity comes? Am I willing to learn a lesson of defeat and surrender to the promise of unknown potential? Yeah, this could tie right into that listening to your heart message. Pray for guidance and ask for a sign. If the answer is yes, take the risk. If no, rest, regroup, and wait on the will of the divine mystery. Another sacred journey marker may reveal the answer. Well, they're talking about in this deck because they call the cards that. Well, you know what? Let's see. So if you're thinking or contemplating about doing a certain thing or going a certain way or having a certain partner or doing something with your business, so they're saying that another sacred marker could reveal the answer. Let's see what the Avalon deck gives you as the answer on whether you should take the risk or not. I'm taking a risk right now because who knows what card's going to come out and if it's going to be... Oh. Birch, rebirth. Birch, rebirth. That's a number 50, which is 5, which is change. Wow. Okay, let's see what that card says. This marker reminds you that the process leading up to a birth can feel cumbersome, restrictive, painful, and never-ending. Yet the final shift brings an extraordinary gift of new life, a new vision born of surrender and a total release. Know that you've come far and are at a place to celebrate your ideas and all things anew. Well, this sounds like it's a yes on whatever idea or thing you're about to do. This card asks that you align yourself with the mystery of spirit, the true source of creative energy and power. None of us are inspired without the subtle and profound influence of the soul's longing and the urgings of the divine. Okay, well, yeah, it sounds like going forward, but remember the message of going forward in truth. Both of these show a path, right? Both of these show a path through the forest. So the feeling that I'm getting is, yeah, there may be some work that has to be done, Pisces, and, you may have to go through a little bit in order to get to where your goal is, but it looks like a positive yes on that. And if some of you don't have any specific goal in mind right now or weren't thinking about any specific project, person, place, or thing, don't worry about it, right? That part of it wasn't your message. All right, let's, or it could have a different meaning for you. We all have intuitive abilities, so when you're watching my readings, definitely use those. Definitely use your own intuition, Pisces, to feel into what the message means, particularly for you, each and every one, because this is a collective, not a one-to-one. I'd be happy to do one-to-one live over Zoom or as a pre-recorded private link, whichever you prefer. The information is in the description box. Okay, so far we have the Ace of Swords. That's truth. That's the second time a truth message has come out, Pisces. So remember, sometimes if the truth is hard, you still have to say it or deal with it, right? Oh, that was 2. Okay, whoops, no, that goes there, that goes there. All right, for my Pisces tarot spread, what do we have? Maybe at the end of the video, I'll bring the little kitty and show you. I still don't have a name yet because we're not positive. If he's a boy, I'm thinking about either Merlin or Onyx. Onyx is another word for black, and he's black, and onyx also means protector from evil. Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth. This is a new opportunity in truth, right? Truth, truth, truth. Second time this has come up. Ace of Swords, new opportunity in truth. Then you have the Nine of Pentacles, accomplishment. You have accomplished much in your physical, material world, whether it's your home, your car, your savings account, your 401k. All of this is generational wealth, or can be, right? We have to be careful with our investments and what we do with this. I'm just tuning in to see. Also, we have to remember to enjoy it. Like, there is a balance between just hoarding it and being like, oh, I have all this, and then never doing anything to enjoy it or to help other people enjoy it. You know, I always tell my kids, I'm going to give you what I can while I'm alive. So don't expect a lot when I'm dead. But because whatever I can help you now, I'd rather see the joy on your faces. My parents were totally different. They had plenty. They worked and worked and worked. And then they both got sick and left everything to their spouses, my stepfather and my stepmother. So there you have it. If you want to see joy on people's faces, give now. Right after that, you have the Seven of Pentacles, okay? This is deciding what to do. What were we just saying? What was Spirit just saying? This seven is reflection. What have you done? What have you built? What have you saved? What have you invested in? And what are you going to pick to use right now? I can't believe that. Well, I can, because my guides are amazing. So what are you going to pick to do? Wow, you have 4 pentacles in a row. 3 of Pentacles is creation and collaboration. Creating with another, collaborating with another. Maybe it's time to take some of what you have and create and collaborate. Now remember, this isn't just money. This is time, effort, energy, okay? Time, what are you doing with your time and your energy and your money? Then you have the 2 of Pentacles, definitely a choice. You have a choice, Pisces, of what you're going to do with your money, your time, your effort, your energy. What do you plan to do with it? I'm kind of blown away. And then, okay, 3 of Cups. Remember when I looked at the bottom of your teacup and said, the bottom of this reminds me of the 3 of Cups, which is a celebration. Here you go. No mistakes in this. 3s, creation and collaboration, and in this case, it's a celebration. Now, this shows 3 women, but it doesn't have to be 3 women. It's a celebration, right? Okay, let's recap. Truth, choice, balance, truth, again, new opportunity, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. Everything to do with your material world right now for the beginning of December, and what you're going to do with what you have, what choices you're going to make. And then remembering to celebrate, collaborate, right? 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, collaboration, what you're going to do with what you have. Oh my gosh. Okay. Your animal oracle, snake, 14, which is a 5, which is change. We also had the 5 in the Birch Rebirth card, right? Something's going to change. Something's about to change. This is the year of the snake, which is coming to an end. I think the Chinese year ends like in February or something. So we've still got a few months left. Shed, renew, and heal. Shed, renew, and heal. So you have rebirth as well as shed, renew, and heal, okay? Yeah, Pisces, I think beginning in December, you're going to have to really take a look at what you're doing with your time, effort, energy, and money. Where does it need to go? How can you celebrate it, right? Remembering to be in truth, right? Remembering your overview was inner learnings. Follow your heart and truth prevails. And this was also a message about coming from your heart, not your head. Don't overanalyze. Think with your heart space. Okay, Pisces, I truly hope this has helped. Peace and kindness every single day.